we'll get on with the podcast. Hey guys, and welcome back to the Blue Podcast. Today it is me and Henry and Luke Bennett. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. I'm good.
Good. It wasn't too far of a journey in the end.
No, it's not too bad. I've done this trip many times.
Many times
down
So
here.
have you been to Wembley a few times before to watch England and stuff like that? Would you say you're a big football fan? I don't know. I think I know the answer, but
Yeah. I've been here obviously to watch England. Obviously, I'm a Wolves fan. So when we got to the FA Cup semi-final 2019, I come down watch Wolves here.
Yeah.
So I come here quite a lot.
Fair enough. Do you remember the Deeney goal then?
Yeah.
As well as Watford. Oh my God, I've just started off. That is so shockingly football. Hey football fans, are you ready to bend it like Roberto Carlos?
Introducing the Curl King, inspired by his legendary free kick against France in '97.
Curl King, with its revolutionary design, spins up to an incredible 600 RPM, boosting your free kicks by over 40%.
Imagine feeling the ball's rotation as your foot connects, enhancing your technique with every strike.
It's scientifically proven to improve your free kicks by just over 40%, allowing players to sense rotation of the ball as their foot meets the ball.
And guess what? You get the Curl King, one USB cable, one USB adapter connector, and one operating manual in the box with you.
Train your muscles to adjust with precision, just like the pros.
With Curl King, you'll dominate free kicks, penalties, corners, and passing plays.
And here's the kicker. It spins in both directions, perfect for all footballers of all levels and both feet.
Whether you're a seasoned striker or just starting out, Curl King is your secret weapon.
Ready to curl it like Carlos? Get your Curl King today,
Find it at the link down below.
where you can curl it like Carlos.
Curl King, because every spin counts.
Anyway, yes.
Is that Wolves?
Wolves. I don't know why that was Wolves. Sorry about that.
No.
This brought an amazing guest on and just started insulting
Yeah,
him.
I know, mate. I know.
Nah,
It's not good. It's not good. But well, obviously we're in UCFB right now, and obviously I found out on the way in that you applied for here. Actually got it.
Yeah. So one of my 5 choices I actually got accepted here, but I stayed local. Not many people know. Like I've got my level 2.
Okay.
Obviously my 5 badges and that. And I was working at Walsall Academy before. Obviously I did socials and that. But then obviously socials happened and
There was a choice.
I couldn't. Yeah, I was trying to balance it. It was like, so I was working in Walsall Academy twice a week, midweek. Then I was doing my Sunday team. I had my own team, under 12s team, on a Sunday. Then I was obviously doing matches with the Walsall Academy on Saturdays as well. So it was like balancing that. We've had a part-time job so with social, so I had to pick.
Yeah.
It was a risk I took, but it paid off in the end.
Yeah, I mean your socials definitely have been
Yeah.
blowing up lately. How was that moment when kind of everything just seemed to blow up? What was that like?
Even now, it's like I've been doing this 3.5 years now, and even now it's still like, how's this happened? How is it still going 3.5 years later? But yeah, it was just one night. Someone asked me, "What'd you do for Cantos in your fridge?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "What can I do with this? I don't know what I can actually do." So
Yeah.
it wasn't planned. Nothing was planned at all. So I just went, "Canto, what do I do in my fridge? Stop doing that and get out." Didn't think anything of it. Woke up the following morning. And 400k views on the video, and I was like, "What's this?" So I thought, "Okay, let's see what happens." And then people kept asking me, "What would you do if Pogba was in your fridge? What would you do if I don't know, if Salah was flipping in your washing machine and that?" Just random ones like that. And I thought, let's just see what happens, and yeah, it just went from there.
Fair enough. And how do you transition into doing socials full time? Like, what is that step? Because I'm sure a lot of people want to.
Yeah. So it took me about a year before I actually was in a position where I used to work at Goals. It was like a 5-a-side football place.
Yeah.
So I was in a position where I could leave that because I was earning enough money off doing socials. So I was doing like nightclub appearances, doing a bit of YouTube as well, working with different brands. So all that combined, it was like, okay, I can actually make a decent living off this now. So it was about 2 and a bit years ago now, when I thought, you know what, I think I can do this full time now.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for just over a year now, so I'm in a position where I could do it full time. So I quit my job.
What did your parents think of that?
They they've respected me, everything I've done and that.
Because I'm sure I've been doing this with my parents, and obviously I don't do it full time. I have a separate job now.
Yeah.
Also in football, which is great. But yeah, they've always said you got to keep the job until this is actually it. It's like we will let you do it if it does like work out.
Yeah,
but I think until then, I've always wanted to do it full time, but it's just.
I don't think my parents think this is real. I think they're just like, it's a bit for them. It's just a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've got my own ambitions kind of away from the podcast, doing my own thing, kind of be within the world of football as it is. But like, it's just like, are you going in for like a shoot? Oh, that's fun. Like I try and make it as professional as possible with like schedules and like. Just
we've been doing a lot of scheduling in the last couple of days, to be fair. Well, by we I mean I've let him do all of it.
I was going to say, putting all this work, and I'm like, oh, can you just like prep for the podcast? Like, oh no, I'll just do ChatGPT when we get there. So
that's so not true.
Those conspiracy theories?
Yeah, and who brought the A game to the podcast?
Shut up. It's just because yours was the most believable.
We did a conspiracy theories podcast just before this.
Oh yeah.
On the Mandela effect.
Okay.
You know what that is?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Well, it's Shall I give him some of the examples?
Give him a couple of the good ones, like.
Don't
overdo
it. Do you? Okay, what's the Star Wars quote? Is it Luke, I am your father, or no, I am your father? Do you watch Star Wars?
I've seen bits of it, but not.
It's probably the best start with it.
No.
What about the Pikachu tail?
Yes.
Is it brown on the end or at the bottom? It's just small things like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Like,
I know.
people think it's like a brown end on the tail.
Yeah,
when it's yellow, completely yellow. And I was like, what the hell?
Curious George, do you remember the monkey?
Oh yeah.
Doesn't have a tail.
Bloody hell.
I thought it had a tail.
Yeah, no, I did.
One of our producer was sat there shocked and even googled it and then looked at us and went, "What the hell? Like this is."
Yeah.
There's loads more. Do check out the conspiracy theories
Yes.
one. That was a lot more, but I'm slightly butchering it. But
a little bit,
yeah. Also, so with your socials, obviously you do your daily post.
Yeah.
What kind of made you want to do that?
I don't know. So obviously I do on my Instagram daily upload, as people have seen. And I just started doing it just each day, and then people were like saying, "Oh, I think I missed a day or two," and then people saying, "Oh, can you do a daily upload again? Do a daily upload?" And it's just like caught on, and then I've seen other people do it and tag me in it saying daily upload. They're doing it with like their mates and that, and it's just it's weird how like little things, like I've done multiple little things and like people catch on with them, and it's I don't know, even now it's still crazy to think how I've done this. I don't know how. There's no answer. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah. It's almost like you're doing your own B-reel, but on Instagram.
Exactly.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they nicked it from you.
Possibly.
Maybe you're the inspiration for B-reel.
Maybe you're the start. Yeah.
But like in terms of the social stuff, what's your favourite kind of content that you do?
So obviously a lot of my socials is an act. It is basically all an act. I'm like, I don't go around the streets putting pots and pans on my head and all this stuff and
I thought it was all real.
Going up to
Ruin the illusion.
Going up to random, like speaking to the air. Oh, I don't just do that randomly, but so I enjoy doing like all of it really. So obviously I started out doing like the comedy skit videos. Basically just telling imaginary footballers to get out of my fridge. Basically, it's random, but somehow it worked. And then obviously I went on to my 10:30 lives. So I'm guessing you guys might have seen that. And it's crazy that like I think the once had like 43,000 people in the live at one point, just watching me from my kitchen. At one point,
Jeez.
Yeah.
Just watching me in my kitchen at like 10:30 at night, and I was like, "What's this?" Like,
there must have been some surreal moments.
That's nearly flipping half of Wembley.
Yeah, it
literally is
that's
more than
more
half of Wembley.
Oh, yeah,
As a Chelsea fan, that's more fans than you can get in Stamford Bridge.
Yeah, literally. It's like
it's more fans they've ever had at the Etihad.
Yeah. that is mental. Yeah, no, that's really good. 43,000. I'm just kind of comprehending that.
Because I'm not the biggest. I don't watch a lot of YouTube Live. Watch a lot of TikTok Live. But like eventually, like, every now and again, I'll just like click on it and just have a look, and it's like 100 views. Oh, that's quite impressive. I was like, a couple of K. 43,000 people at once is like it's more you'd get on Twitch, more you'd get on YouTube. Like it's actually mental to think.
It is. It's crazy. Like I remember seeing those numbers, and I was like, "Is this real?" Like, I was tapping the screen, thinking, "This can't be real." Surely,
there's an extra number there.
Yeah, surely. I was thinking there's maybe only 4K or not 43. I was like, "Bloody hell!"
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not too familiar with say TikTok Live specifically, but you make money off of doing?
Yeah. So it's through like gifts.
Okay.
So people can gift you, but then TikTok take a big percentage of that though.
Okay. So it's not.
No, it's not. Okay. I'll be honest with you. So if you do TikTok solo, like on its own, it's not the best platform to earn money off, really. So like that was just starting point for me. Then I've branched out, and then obviously doing brand deals, nightclub appearances, all that combined.
What's doing a nightclub appearance like? Because I mean, I think for some people, it's a bit surreal.
Yeah, it's kind of like. I go out clubbing all the time anyway. So you're getting paid to go clubbing.
That sounds.
Oh, cool.
So
they just want like
want to do that.
Yeah, so like I've done it obviously on my own. I've done it part of groups. So I used to be part of Three Blokes and Beers with obviously Chef Dave, Avon Hunt. I'm part of a new group now at the minute called the Huss House with like Ryan Windridge and Dobbo. Don't know if you've heard of those two.
Yeah. I know. I was at the Conquest Cup
Oh
I was
yeah,
doing
yeah,
the
yeah.
commentary for that.
Oh
Actually.
yeah.
A couple of weeks ago, and obviously Ryan was there.
Yeah, yeah, Ryan's, yeah. So obviously I've done them with those groups as well, but obviously solo. So when we're in a group, we have like, say, a plan.
Yeah.
You talk, have a little prep before, but then you just, when you're on there, you just like improvise most of the time. But when I do it solo, so like I'll sing Sweet Caroline. That's my song that I always sing. And he gets the crowd going and that. Like we've done like drinking games on stage. I've gone crowd surfing before. My top's gone flying in the crowd and everything. Yeah, we go wild on these. Yeah. But people like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's an expectation of you to do a certain level of stuff, right? When you're out there.
Yeah.
You don't just turn up and you just to mingle. Like.
No, so obviously we get paid, hotel paid for, travel paid for, and paid to be there. Mm-hmm. But obviously you have to do like a meet and greet. Obviously you get sent like it's called a rider. If you ever heard one of them. So obviously you put in what your requirements are, and they put their requirements on, and then you sign it, stuff like that.
That's what bands used to like do.
Yeah. So like bands, like your big singers, they all get
Nice.
And then
some really weird ones I've heard of.
Yeah, people ask for like certain packet of peanuts and like certain crisps. Yeah. I've heard of some weird ones. Yeah.
Damn request, Jesus.
But yeah, and then so like you go on stage. Normally they expect about half hour, 45 minutes, but I've been on stage for like 2-3 hours sometimes.
Really?
We just
keep going. Enjoying it.
Yeah, just enjoying it. Yeah, and like obviously we might go off for a little bit, have a little bit of a break, then come back.
Yeah.
But
it's
yeah,
like being a proper musician, like up on stage. Like.
Yeah, it is. It's like, but it gets, especially when you're on stage now, you got all the heat, obviously the lights and everything. It gets really warm up there.
Yeah. So that's why the shirt went flying.
Yeah, literally, especially in the summer months. Yeah, like, but yeah, it's like they don't mind as long as you're not too drunk when you're on stage, because it's technically work. If you know what I mean.
It's not go mental.
It's not, but it is, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So. But like after, then you can have as many as you want, really.
Do you get free drinks generally as well? Oh, nice.
No.
Yeah. What was it like doing that for the first time? Because I can imagine being up on stage doing that especially for the first time. Like you've been doing, TikToks and stuff in front of a camera. Doing something in front of a crowd's very, very different.
Yeah, it is. Like not a lot of people would say now, but like I used to be really shy in school. I would never go in front of a camera. I wouldn't stand in front of the class. I used to sit at the back, just mind my own business. But now I've been go dancing in the streets and everything, dance on buses, jump off benches, jump in lakes. I do run like now, like I could, like it's helped me with my confidence.
Yeah. I think massively with like. I think my confidence when I was a kid was, again, miles more shy. I think you were the same as well. But being sat in front of a camera and obviously meeting people like you all the time is very interesting. It makes such a difference to your confidence for sure.
Yeah, it does, literally, because you've got people out there who are watching you, so you've got to like put on a show for them a little bit, so you can't be shy, because people then are not going to come back and watch, if you know what I mean. You've got to.
Then, is it?
It's not interesting. No, you've got to put on that character or put on that thing what people enjoy. And obviously when it starts developing even more, like from when I first started, you can look at my first like TikToks from like 3 years ago. You could tell in my voice. I was still quite shy in that, and even when I was first blowing up, like in the March, April time of 2021, I was still quite shy then. But now, when I do them and that, it just like instantly comes to me now. It like you get used to it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think obviously your level is a bit different to ours in terms of an audience. I've never been on a TikTok with 43,000 people, but it's good. In terms of your content though, how do you come up with these ideas? Obviously, you churn out a decent amount of content. Like it must be sometimes. Did you ever get like almost, I guess, writer's block? Or do you just kind of go with it?
So sometimes it is planned. Like I have to, like now I don't upload as much as I used to on TikTok, because at the minute I'm just travelling here, there and everywhere. I've got so much going on at the minute. Like different charity games, like different events, working with different companies, brands, stuff like that. So I'm literally travelling here, there and everywhere at the minute. So it's about like trying to keep on top, if that makes sense. So you've got to be not completely changing your content up, but coming up with different ideas to keep people engaged and that. Like my Get Out videos, I don't post them really now compared to when I first started, because it's like with anything, a trend, it all dies down eventually, so you've got to try and evolve it, keep on top basically, and that's the way forward to keep yourself up there really. There's a lot of TikTokers who just do the same thing over and over again, and I've said to them, look, you've got to maybe stick with that idea still, but develop it a little bit. Like so that's why I started doing the lives, and then come up with the 10:30 lives, and then developed my acting things on lives. And then people come in, and now people ask me to like go in the washing machine, put pans on my head. Like it's coming up with different things. I know it's random.
Yeah.
But it's about coming up with different things, and people like it. And obviously, recently I've been doing like battles with random people. But on those ones, I've been playing like an angry character or like a sad character. So like I might say, if they say, I don't know, Luke here, they say, and I go, "Excuse me, my name is Luke," or something like that. That's what I've been doing recently. It's about like developing different things and to keep yourself on top. Really.
So do you think having almost obviously it's seen as you, but they are characters?
Yeah.
Do you think that helps, especially with the kind of content creation and coming up with new ideas? Because you can basically just almost have a different character.
Yeah, it is literally like I said, like the one I've got at the minute is like an angry, sad. Like so, people might think I'm like, oh, well, you seem really sad on live, but it's part of the character what I'm playing at the minute.
So it is all.
Yeah, it's all an act. It's all an act. It's all an act.
Yeah, fair enough. So like, if I was to be clicking on your next one, you'd be acting a bit sadder and more.
Yeah, you might
see you right now.
You might, yeah.
Okay.
I might be a bit sad on there. I might be angry. I might go what like that to the people or something. Like it's like little thing. It's random.
Do you find it quite fun doing that? Kind of almost seeing the reaction from the people.
It's hard sometimes to try and stay in character as well. Like sometimes I might crack a smile the odd time and that because some things are funny and we're all human. You can't. It's hard to stay in character sometimes.
Yeah, 100%.
Like some of the things people ask me as well. Sometimes I have to go off camera just to burst out laughing a little bit, just to come back on camera and then get back into character.
Yeah, because I bet sometimes you must see some comments inside your giggling.
Yeah, inside I'm creasing literally.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I was gonna say that's just the characters thing just sounds really funny. From like, I'm just imagining myself doing that. Like, it's a character. Yeah. But like the thousands of people watching.
Yeah, not many. No, they think I'm literally like that. They must think I walk around with pots and pans on my head, or go in the shop or something and just put my head in a washing machine, or like.
That's so good.
Yeah.
That's really good. I like that a lot.
I mean, I say you must struggle with like the whole kind of keeping a straight face thing, because like we do. I say we do.
You have your bit.
I have a little bit that I sometimes do on some videos.
Do you want to do it for Luke now?
I don't want to do it for Luke.
Come on, do it for Luke.
Where basically I look dead in the camera and I have to go.
Yeah.
If you want to give us any money, you're welcome to. We're going to
look at Tamara 2's on right now.
We're going to use it to feed Dion. This is our friend who does the shows. To feed his starving family, his 15 kids and 15 wives. And I have to try and do it with this straight face, and I'm just dying every single time.
There's one time where it probably took him about 5 minutes.
Oh yeah. Have you got any like tips and tricks as to how to keep yourself in the zone?
It's like a mental thing, isn't it? It's in the mind really, and you've got to try and compose yourself a little bit, but it is hard. Like sometimes I've had people screaming call stuff, Luke Bennett breaks character or something like that. It's hard sometimes, especially some of the comments I get sometimes, or some of the people I've been getting on the lives recently, like some of the things they do. Like there was this one guy, he had a picture of me, and like he just started doing weird things with it, and yeah, it was a bit random.
Can't
and
say
that.
I've seen that one.
No, it's not a lot of people might use called. I think it's called Sussy or something like that.
Yeah, that is sus, to be fair. Like,
yeah. But I didn't. So he come on a different account. I didn't know it was him, and then I thought, oh, for God's sake, here we go again. He's back again.
Yeah.
What's he going to do in this 5 minutes or something? But yeah, he just. People actually like him. He's probably one of the funny ones what I've been coming on recently, and people keep asking me to get him back on and that, but. He does some weird stuff, but people like it's weird what people like sometimes. It is weird.
Yeah. With the daily posts. Obviously, there was a picture you posted. I don't know how long ago it was now. I don't know if he's still your boyfriend.
Not anymore. No.
Not anymore. But obviously your ex.
Yeah.
I saw there was a massive reaction to that.
Yeah.
Kind of what was it like from your end?
Well, it's literally been around about a year ago since it actually come out, and obviously put the first picture out, and I think he got like 30 odd K likes, and there's just like. I think it's about 18,000 comments, something stupid like that. But even the Sun written article on it, like the papers, the sort of after I come out with my ex, the Sun written article on it, and the papers writing just like flipping out. It's crazy what.
You've got that big that the Sun are
the papers
interested in your relationships.
It's weird. Like
that's pretty. You've hit a level there, mate.
Yeah, it is. That's what I mean. I think like if I get with someone again, and obviously I make it public and that, the Sun going to write another article or something, or the paper's going to be writing articles again.
Maybe
like,
even make it into Daily Telegraph or.
Bloods, yeah. Well, I've been in like the Daily Express and all them. Yeah. So when I had my boxing fight, all the papers were writing about it. And I made the Canadian news. Like there's a paper
Canadian news.
Yeah, I was like flipping now.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
Would you do Misfits?
People keep asking me about that. I saw on a recent podcast there's a guy called Jack Fit. Don't know if you ever heard of him.
The name
I recognise the name. I really
Yeah,
recognise
he's
it.
like a
I'm much better
really.
with faces.
He's
than
like a
I am.
really skinny person who goes to the gym
Yeah.
a lot. He actually called me out and
He
General
called
G.
you out. General G, yeah.
So
Yes.
we'll see. But I'm
General-
working on a song at the minute, so there's some interesting things in there,
Ooh.
possibly aimed at Jack.
Oh, little teaser.
Yeah.
Whenabouts do you think that will be out?
That'll probably be out over about 2-3 weeks time. It's got to be edited and that,
Sure,
and a
probably
music
be
video's
about
dropping
the
as
same
well.
time this comes
Yeah.
out as well. So
Yeah, it's not going to be. It's
actually,
going to be.
this should be out next week.
Is it next week or the week after?
I think it's next week.
Okay, so it'll either be out next week or the week after next.
Yeah, because we didn't do a Blue podcast for 2 weeks because of we had to delete our first podcast. My first ever podcast deleted because we played a game called, I think it's Cards Against Marvel. Don't
Cards
get
Against
it.
Cards
It
Against
is
Humanity, but it's Marvel themed.
It wasn't Marvel themed. It was.
It was Marvel themed, but it was just a bit intense.
It was like Cards Against Humanity, but like horrific. like you play Cards Against Humanity, and there's some dodgy stuff in there.
Yeah.
But
I
like, it was
realised I have a really
just
dark sense of humour
it was-
because of that
but it
game.
was
Like, it's just
like,
because I found it hilarious. I was fine with it, but obviously everyone else was a little bit uncomfortable. So
yeah,
we got rid
I'm
of it,
like
but
me and Rue were sat there kind of going,
no,
Nope.
No,
Nope.
it's not. No, it's not.
I'm
being-
sorry,
I was loving life
I'm
for
not
that.
putting this on the internet.
No.
Because obviously you were saying things, and then I was just kind of looking at the camera going, yeah, I kind of wish I didn't say that.
Yeah.
But then obviously last week we did another studio, so
Yes, but no,
luckily we were ahead on podcasts,
yes.
and now we've got you.
Yeah.
this week,
But I'm
so.
sure if you go follow Luke on all the socials, like either next week or the week after, it will come out and you'll be able to see it. And then maybe we'll put a link when it comes out or something like that. We can do
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
do a post or something. But yeah, so yeah, obviously you got your music video coming out soon, and the song. What other plans are looking ahead for? Luke?
People keep asking me if I'm going to step back in the ring, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got offered to fight on a Scottish card the end of August at the Hydro in Glasgow. It was like a massive stadium thing. It would have been a big opportunity, but just because how much I've got on at the minute, I wouldn't have the time for training. So if I would get back in the ring, it would not be till at least later this year, maybe early next year, because it's finding the time for training as well and getting your training camp in and everything.
Well, it kind of stops you from doing.
Yeah,
a
if
lot
it does,
of
you've got to
things.
for those however long you train, those few months and that leading up, you've got to solely focus on that. So everything else has got to
Just hit the
be put on the back burner,
Yeah,
if you know what I mean.
Do you think if you did Misfits, you'd change your physique, almost like put on more muscle? Or?
Yeah, a bit. Yeah, I would. Because my last fight, it was just I never fought before.
Yeah, I remember the fight.
And obviously I was doing this fight at the O2. And I put training for it, but I wish I put more in.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. But you learn if you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
I think if I did get back in the ring again, I would dedicate more time to it, if that makes sense.
Would you say, based on what you have to give up and based on you're putting yourself in like physical danger, right? Like getting a punch in the face. Would you say it's worth the kind of trade-off there? Is it worth the risk of putting yourself through that?
I mean, after my fight, I got my legit blue tick on Instagram, and
Yeah.
I made all the papers and everything, and
Yeah.
made all
So
the way in
actually,
Canada.
yeah.
So, if you look at it that way, it kind of is like.
Well, you do see some
Settled,
YouTube. You see some influencers just dedicate themselves to doing
Yeah,
that
yeah,
now
yeah.
because
Yeah.
of their following still grows. They
Yeah,
don't have to do as
literally.
much. All the
No.
content has to be just fight related, and they.
I look at some people and they go, like, obviously they're not looking to do it professionally. It's just as like everyone does it. Like it's a big thing that brings loads of followers and nothing like that. So I just look at it and I go, is this trade-off worth it? Are you serious about doing this?
Yeah.
I think Tempo Answer's a really good example of that.
Tempo, I'm good mates with Tempo. I've
Yeah.
known him over the last few years and that, and we've obviously his weight loss journey as
Yeah.
well and everything. You know, he's inspired a lot of people,
and
and
he's winning as well.
he's winning in that. Hats off to him, and fair play to him.
Yeah, no, I think he's definitely an example where like doing the boxing's definitely been a
Yeah,
benefit.
100%.
And
100%.
there's that level of respect, isn't there? If someone steps in the ring with you, like there's a respect that you have because
Yeah.
you put yourself in that kind of situation that's dangerous and stuff like that. So, yeah, respect for anyone who gets in that ring.
In terms, apart from Jack, would there be anyone else that you'd like to look down the camera and call out?
People keep asking me about the Dragon. Like everyone wants me versus Cal the Dragon.
Yes.
People keep asking me about this, and
Yeah.
I've called him out on numerous podcasts. But someone asked him, I think he was at a club here the once. I've seen a clip on TikTok. Would you fight Luke Bennett? And he said, I'm not answering that one. I'm not answering that one. He kept shaking his head like that. So he won't give me an answer. But Cal,
I don't think he'd want to go in.
Yeah,
the
I
ring.
don't think he wants to get involved, but at the same time, he probably looks at it and goes, "That's a really good opportunity."
it is like people even after it's been 2 years since my first fight nearly now, and people are asking me then. So it's been like over 2 years. People have been asking for this fight. So I've said I'm down for it. It's up to him at the end of the day, but
if he doesn't want to go, get
no, I can't force him. If you know what I mean. If he doesn't want to.
Yeah, I met him for the first time at the Conquest Cup. To be fair, which was nice. Asked him some questions for the commentary. Who's the person that you've met through all of this, where you've actually kind of gone, holy shit, I've met someone that you never thought you would, for example.
Probably when I went on the What Squad podcast, like I grew up watching the Simon and everything, and when they messaged me, I was like, "Is this real?"
Did they message you from the account, or did Simon?
Yeah, so like Randolph DM'd me on Instagram. Randomly, and I was like, "This can't be real, surely." And then I remember when Simon tagged me in a story, and I'm like, "I've just made his flipping story on Instagram." What is? And then was in the studio and that, and I was just like kicking the ball around. We've been playing football. I had to go on the sidemen wheel and everything, off camera and everything. I'm just chilling with members of the sidemen here. What is going on? I grew up watching these people, and they've invited me on their podcast, and it's it was crazy.
What was it like? So how were they? What was Simon and?
Honestly, down to earth people and that.
That doesn't surprise me about Simon. Though,
I've heard, because we've had Big John on before, obviously.
Yes.
Spoken to him about Simon and stuff, and probably a couple of others. It's the same with Zach and Konzi with Danny.
Danny Aaron's.
Apparently, everyone's just so down to earth.
Yeah, literally, a lot of us in this social media, we're all here to help each other out as well. If you know what I mean, we've all got, we've all built our own platforms individually, but it's about helping each other out as well and sticking together. And obviously, a lot of these charity games help with that, because obviously you can meet. I've met a lot of these people I've met through doing these charity games. Yeah. Obviously, events I go to, and it's about networking as well, meeting different people, and then obviously you get new contacts, and then it can open new doors for you, in the future and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, obviously, Josh helped us contact
you.
I mean, it's exactly that. It's literally, it's kind of who you know, but then just keep on kind of building those circles, and it's very.
Yeah.
Thank you, Josh.
Cheers, Josh.
What's the craziest thing that you've experienced from ever since you've blown up? Would you say?
There's a few. I mean,
well, we got time.
Let's go through them. Let's one.
Probably I never thought I'd step in the ring ever.
Yeah.
And when I had my first boxing fight, it was in front of 4,000 people in attendance. We had thousands watching a live stream, and I'm I remember every time I watch my ring walk back now, it still gives me goosebumps because the reaction I got from the crowd, and it's that boosted me even more. It's you get that adrenaline rush, if you know what I mean. And I remember I was shitting it. I don't know if I can say that on here.
You can say that.
But I was shitting myself before. Yeah. I was back on the back thinking, what have I got myself into?
Yeah.
I've never done this before. And then when the crowd help you a lot.
Okay.
Big cheer. Big cheer and that. And obviously, you've got to try and put on a show. Anything you do, not just boxing, anything, you got to try and put on a show for them, because if it wasn't for those people who watch you, you wouldn't be in the position you're in now. So I always love to even now, I always love to get back to them. And I still try and live a normal life as much as I can. It's hard.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of, I'm not going to mention names, but there's a lot of TikTokers who, it's gone to the head and they say, oh, why are you still doing normal on the side? Because I'm a 21-year-old lad. I still the saying, oh, why are you still going to clubs normally? Why do I just get paid all the time? I'm I still want to go normal nights out as well. It's not just all about that, if you know what I mean.
Just go to the pub with your mates, watch the
football.
Literally. The normal, early 20s stuff.
Yeah, normal, but literally.
That's good that you keep true to yourself.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people where... But, I mean, it's kind of expected, though. I mean, if you go from nothing to... kind of more than you could have dreamed of in such a... Because,
exactly.
When you blow up, it's so quick.
Yeah, literally. I remember it took me 3 months to get to 100k on TikTok, and then it took me 3 weeks to go from 100k to 200k.
Yeah.
And some days I was getting 10k plus followers.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is this? No, I have my phone on Do Not Disturb all the time, just because the amount of notifications I get.
Oh, yeah.
But I remember the first time I got that 99 plus in your inbox on TikTok, and I screenshot. I've probably still got the screenshot somewhere. I screenshotted it, and I was like, "Whoa, this is crazy! I've never had anything like this before."
No, yeah, we had that once with. Well, I had that once with the Lily podcast when it blew up on TikTok. Only one that's blown up, unfortunately.
If someone else wants to blow up the rest of these podcasts, that'd be fantastic. I want to go to 100k to 200k in a week. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, that does sound pretty fun.
But I think I don't know what it is about me and my personality, but I would find that 99 notifications thing really annoying rather than really positive.
Yeah,
if I see notifications on my phone, I really want to
clear them. I want them gone. I think I did
clear them and then you go off the app and then it's back again.
Literally.
I ended up with a work phone. I think I ended up with a work
I
phone.
think that's what I need to get. To be honest, I need like a separate phone because sometimes if I got my data off and then I'll put it back on, my phone just literally spams constantly. It just goes boom, 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 boom. And then sometimes it freezes me off apps and everything. And it's like, oh my god.
That sounds so annoying. But to be fair, that's actually quite a funny thing that people probably don't talk about. It's just your phone just going nuts.
Yeah, literally going crazy. Yeah. I need to get a separate. People have said to me for ages, and I keep saying I'm going to do it, and then I'll end up forgetting.
Yeah.
But I need to get a separate phone just for like work purposes to keep like your emails on there, all that separate from like personal stuff as well. Really.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. I'm trying to think what there was a moment. Okay, it's gone. Sorry, my brain's.
Nice.
I've been doing podcasts for too long. But you said the future. Maybe step back in the ring. Got the song coming out. Is there anything else? Obviously, more charity matches.
Yeah, there's more charity matches, and I would love to go on to like the next big step is probably TV stuff, really.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I've got a few. I know a few people, a few of my mates. One of my mates has been on a show called The Wheel.
Yeah.
He's actually re-airing. I think 6th of July, so the BBC contacted him the other day. He'll like this, Jamal, you'll like this when you see this. It's re-airing, I think 6th of July. Sorry, Jamal, if I got the date wrong. I think it's that date anyway. But the BBC contacted him the other day, saying we're going to re-air your show and that, when he was on there and that. But I'd love to do something like that. Or I don't know if you've seen the Fortune Hotel.
Yeah.
Like something like that I'd love to do.
So what kind of like reality shows?
Yeah.
Not like acted like Corrie or something like that. Like
people like, I know, I don't know if you've ever watched EastEnders.
Yeah.
So the guy used to play Dennis in there as a kid. So I speak with him quite a lot. And he's always said to me, like, would you ever go into like a show like that? And maybe, because again, all of it's like a character on TikTok, isn't it? And they're all characters on there. So
you do it more like I think there's some TikTok creators that kind of go out there and that's just who they are.
Yeah.
You're putting on a character.
Yeah.
So that's acting.
Yeah,
so
it
like,
is, yeah.
You've definitely got something you can sell there to a TV company potentially.
Yeah.
With the fact that kind of on TikTok's a character, have there ever been any moments kind of not just in the comments but in real life where people kind of come up to you thinking that all of this is a bit of a character and probably acted not the nicest or
yeah,
there must have been some moments like that.
There's been a few, and like I've got to try and remember, like, these just want a reaction, if you know what I mean. Like, I can't, but sometimes we're all human, so I have lost it with some people and they've recorded stuff. Like,
I guess must be really hard not to react sometimes.
Yeah, it is sometimes, especially when like some of them are kids as well. You can't, if you know what I mean. They're like
7-year-old comes up to you.
Yeah, literally, like
you can't really kick him.
No, you can't. You can't really flipping headbutt them, can you? Or punch them in the face, can you? As a kid. But no, some grown blokes sometimes as well, and I'm just like, you're like, I'm 21, you're probably in your 30s, 40s or something. Like, grow up, literally. You're like, you're 10, 15, 20 years older than me, grow up.
Yeah.
But, I remember, like, people have, like, threw, like, it's random, but people have, like, threw, like, chocolate bars at my head out a car window. Literally.
What?
Yeah, I've had that incident once, yeah. And I lost it. And I went chasing after the car.
I'm not surprised.
But, obviously, the car drove off in the end, but literally. But, yeah.
Guessing that hurt.
It did literally. He missed my eye. He caught me right here, so he literally didn't even hit my eye.
What?
That's not good.
And obviously, when he's coming at speed as well, you walk in. It's like
chocolate bar's not exactly.
It's
soft.
quite a dense thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially if it's fresh.
Yeah, literally. It was like proper, like rock solid as well. And I was like,
well, I mean, at least you got a chocolate bar out of it.
Hey?
You eat the chocolate bar?
Yeah, I ate the chocolate bar. I picked it up. After I chased the car, I picked the chocolate bar. I thought, free chocolate bar.
Free chocolate bar.
Do you remember which one it was? Was it a good one?
It was a Whisper.
Oh, yeah, like a
that's
Whisper.
a good one. That's a dense one as well.
That's what I mean. It's proper like.
What is your favourite chocolate bar?
I like, the dairy milk caramel.
Yeah.
I like that one as well. I like the Whispers as well. Whisper Gold's nice as well. Obviously, melts in your mouth from that.
I think the Cadbury's one with the marshmallows and the popping candy in.
Oh yeah,
that was what I can't think
that's probably my favourite.
It can't be a Yorkie.
Yorkie.
I grew up in Yorkies. Like I'm not the biggest fan of nuts. I like caramel, but it's not my favourite. But it's like pure chocolate. It's just the way to go.
Do you remember their old advertising, which was extremely sexist?
Yes. I went to visit a school when I was a kid. Like, so you go to like secondary school and stuff like that. And then one of the things they had was like an army. Like it was like part of the curriculum. Like it was like they had an army.
CCF.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, yeah.
And we went over like viewing all the subjects, and you went to CTF, and he was like, "You're a boy. You're going to be in the army. Here's a chocolate bar. Here's a Yorkie." That is fully like the adverts.
Do you remember the
I remember seeing it.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
I
like,
remember
it's
that,
like
yeah.
not for women,
girls.
not for
Yeah.
girls. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, there was a whole. He was like questioning me. Are you a girl? Yeah.
He
You were a
questioned
boy.
you if you were a
Questioning you,
girl. What did you look like when you were younger?
Like this, just smaller. Like to be fair, like
Maybe it's the haircut.
maybe it's the haircut. The lesbian haircut. But
Yeah.
he was just like, here's you're a boy. Here's a Yorkie.
Okay.
I'll see you soon. And I never went there, thank God. But
Yeah.
because my brother actually went to that school, and I found out they were all pricks. All the teachers were pricks. Like
All the teachers.
I went in to collect him, and some teacher had to go at me, and I was like, "Who the fuck do you think you are?"
Yeah.
Wait, the teacher just had a go at you.
Yeah, some old woman, like some random.
What for?
Just for like I was supposed to like not quietly come in, walk over to I came in and went, "Oh, I'm here to pick up so and so," and she's like, "Oh, you come here, you stand in front of me. Who is it?
How
that
old
you
are
want?"
you?
15, maybe 14.
Oh, so she knew you were a kid, so she kind of used her
Yeah.
power to.
Power, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I've had some teachers like that. She was the
Go
power,
on.
don't they? I remember I was in school and that. There was this one. I think she's at. Is she still? I think she's either currently the head teacher there now, or she was recently in that. Which was like she had massive goofy teeth and that. And she used to be proper loud. I used to write. Miss Cutler, her name, Faye Cutler. I don't know if you'll see this, to be honest. You might do, but I couldn't.
She's given the full name.
I couldn't stand you, to be honest.
A boxing fight. Here we go. Like,
Blood, yeah, we want to
Here we go, confirmed for Britney Romano.
yeah, she was just, I don't know, she was really loud and I couldn't stand her really. I used to take the mick out of her goofy teeth and everything.
Stop dropping Roberto, mate.
I keep doing. Yeah, it's just the sign.
Oh,
Regardless,
right,
which
oh.
I keep blowing it over because it's like right behind me.
Yeah, and Pav gave me a rather large lady in a swimsuit.
Unused set pieces.
Yeah, as on these set pieces. But yeah, I think unfortunately that is all we have time for today.
Yeah.
Any kind of leaving comments you want to leave for the podcast?
I just want to, thank you guys for
That's
inviting me
right.
on
Thanks
as
very
well.
much for coming, mate.
Obviously, go and drop these guys a follow as well. Honestly, the same lads. First time I met them today as well, but honestly, down to earth people, and I respect
mate, I
it for inviting
appreciate
me on, guys. And literally just, thank all you guys for continued supporting me over the 3.5 years I've been doing this. And for anyone who wants to, go out there and do socials, the best advice I could give you is just go with it, because you never know where it could go. I didn't plan it. Nothing was planned. I never, I've always been into football coaching, as you heard earlier in the podcast and that. And I just did it, so just go with it. It's about finding your own unique niche, really, or if you want to use what other people have done, just add your own unique twist on it. And
yeah, you always need your own twist.
yeah, you need your own
Something
twist,
different.
and you never know where it could go, so just go for it. Never have any doubts.
No, of course.
Well, thank you very much, guys, for watching. Obviously, check out Luke as well. It's an absolute pleasure, mate.
Appreciate
And
it.
we'll see you next week for another Blue podcast. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Yeah.